Hi everyone, welcome back to the second layout to this cut file inspired page. My first layout was shown on Tuesday, and those photos were from my parents' surprise retirement slash birthday party. And I have two more photos I'm going to scrap, and one is of them entering the room and everyone shouting surprise. And then there's another one with just everyone hanging out till my parents got there. You'll see some very familiar items in this kit today. The first thing is that polka dot background paper that I also used in the last page, and I'm going to be using it again for this one as the base page. And then for my cut files, they should look familiar too, but they're a little bit different. I am going to use this foiled green paper versus the blue that I did on Tuesday, and back the two remaining party hats that I have. When I did the first layout, I had actually backed 3 party hats, and I ended up only using 2 of them. So I did bring over that blue party hat from the other page. And I think that's good because then it'll be another element that will be shared between the 2 pages besides the actual cut files. I think it works better to have 3 party hats for this one because I have 2 photos for the specific page. I am thinking that, it just works out in numbers, has like an odd number of elements, having 5. Same way I had 5 on the other page as well. With 3 photos and 2 party hats, and this one has 3 party hats and 2 photos. I am doing the exact same thing as I did for the last time I backed this cut file. I am adhering it to the pattern paper, and then I end up cutting around it to back the entire file at once. And of course, backing this cut file will take the longest part of this layout. Now to figure out the positioning of the photos and the cut files. Because I had 3 and I had one of them be in different colors, I initially had a hard time balancing the page. You see I keep exchanging the locations of the party hats because I wanted to try to spread the colors throughout the page. And I eventually realized that I had to just kind of put them in order in a similar fashion. I'm kind of making them symmetrical. Therefore, the way I had matted my photos in the beginning just wasn't going to work out to how I actually wanted the page to be laid out. So I decided to split the photos from the mat and mat each of the photos separately, and then have the hats positioned right on top of the both of them. So it feels more balanced. At least it feels more balanced to me. An element that is different on this page would be the journaling. I did have journaling typed up for this event, but when I made the last layout, I didn't feel like there was room for the journaling, so I decided to just save it for this page. Just like the last page, I also popped up the die cuts with adhesive foam so that it stands out a little bit more. And I am also going through my other supplies so that I definitely try to incorporate more of the things I had put in my kit onto this page than I did for my last one. So I have tons of labels, I have tabs, and I also have those stars from the previous page that I definitely want to incorporate so that it continues to have similar features and elements on both pages to know that they're actually a double spread, but they won't be identical. Before I added my journaling, I wanted to make sure I had enough room for my title. And for this layout, I'm going to use the title Surprise with 3 exclamation marks because my parents were definitely surprised by the amount of family and friends that had come to celebrate the occasion with them. I'm using these blue glittered thickers. I thought it went really nicely with the light blue that's on the background pattern paper of one of the circles. And right underneath the title is where I was going to put the journaling. I had a number of different embellishments in this specific page kit. I had brads, heart stickers, enamel dots, fabric bows, and of course everything else that I also wanted to share with the other page. So it was going to be a very, very full page. But because I knew I had so many pieces that I want to incorporate, I wanted to make sure I got them all down before I did any additional layers that would have to go on top, such as the journaling. So the brads I do spread out throughout the page, surrounding the photos, so that you kind of have like 3 clusters of embellishments. I also try to find locations where it's on top of colors that would contrast them so it'll stand out. Like the yellow brad is on top of that lime green, the green brad is on top of the red, and then the lime green brad is on top of the red on the other side. I also had a ton of label stickers from Freckled Fawn, and I definitely wanted to use them as layering pieces. So I made sure to get those tucked under before I added anything else. I had these really cute tabs from Illustrated Faith, I believe, and I had one sentiment on one of them. It was love, and of course, because it's a folded tab, you have 2 sides to it, and I don't really need both sides. So instead of using it as a tab for both sides, I cut them in half and just put a love tab on one of the photos and then another one the bottom left. I decided the bottom left was where I was going to put the date of the occasion. For the hearts, I knew I already had star elements, but I had put in those clear hearts, so I put those right on top of the brad, so it kind of blended in with the circle, and it wasn't a brand new icon. Any remaining stars I had left over from the chipboard, I put them on this page, and the same thought was to definitely put them on top of colors that made them contrast and stand out. I did have this pack of cork stickers that were summer themed, and yes, it was during the summer, but I just didn't feel like it matched with the theme of the page, which was like celebration. So I decided to just put those back in my supplies. I did again use the thickers to do the date of the event, and then I'm adding my journaling, and sometimes I get lazy and just do a block of journaling, but this time I did cut them into strips because I thought that it would look a lot nicer had I broken them apart. So I add 3 strips of the journaling underneath the title. I think I missed talking about my fabric bows. They're already on the page at the top of the party hats. I tried putting them in the different clusters of embellishments, but I felt that they kind of stood out a little bit more being an add-on for the party hat. And here I'm using the enamel dots that I also picked out, this nice bold green. I thought it blends right in with the background because it's also a circle, so I used my hot glue gun to glue those down and make sure They're also on top of contrasting colors, and that pretty much sums up my page. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day. Bye.